Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. The world of entertainment has been rocked to its very foundations and will never be the same. And the reason is that Spotify has told Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, to take her rubbish little podcast and sally forth away off the platform. They're no longer interested. Nobody's listening to it. Nobody wants it. She's not making enough of them to warrant the expense, and they've told them to go away, and they're not getting paid. What a shame. Who cares? She has this podcast. Before we get into this piece, she had this podcast. Nobody wants it. Nobody needs it. Look at her. She's sitting around in a luxury yacht or in a $20 million home, sipping the best champagne from cut glass flutes, resting her feet on a servant, and then going on about how hard her life has been. She married all the way into the royal family and it wasn't good enough for Meghan Markle. She married the wrong prince. That's what she did. She thought she'd marry Harry, make him more popular, and he becomes king. She hasn't got a clue. She's stupid. And she's old. She's 50. So she has all these dreams of being an actress, or, she'll get rid of Harry and marry a billionaire because she needs to maintain that lifestyle. Anyone worth $1 billion isn't looking at the likes of Meghan Markle. She's been round the block more often than an ice cream van. She's had more men have sailed in her than the yacht she used to work on, because she was just a yacht girl. Anyway, she's doing these videos, doing these podcasts that nobody's listening to, and they've told them to go. I mean, this is the trouble. You've got these two people, they're both thick as a plank, and they're sitting there. He's the inbred, spare German from the royal family. She is somebody who's slept her way to wherever she's got to, effectively. And they sit there and they're pontificating on how we should live our lives and be positive and that. Sorry, love, that's not how it works. Now, go back to your yacht and enjoy the rest of your meaningless life. Anyway, we'll take a look at this article and see where it all went wrong. God help us. Here we go. So, Meghan Markle's Archetypes podcast is axed by Spotify, the streaming platform, and the Sussexes agreed to part ways with the royal pair, set to lose the full payout due to low productivity. How are they going to pay for their lifestyle in their little house in Monty Shit Show? It's going to be a lot of money lost, and they need that money because they're grubby little money types, aren't they? Meghan Markle's Spotify podcast Archetypes will not be renewed for a second season. As the audio company begins to make changes and revamp its output, it has been confirmed. It's because they aren't listening to them. Nobody's listening to these people. Nobody wants to hear what they want to say. They've got views of the world that is completely out of the views of 99% of normal people. The streaming giant and the Sussexes' audio production company Archwell Audio released a joint statement on Thursday night saying they have mutually agreed to part ways and are proud of the series we made together. It's probably the only thing they've ever done. Meghan and Harry, a couple who don't really get on anymore, but insiders close to the audio giant claim that the royal couple did not meet the productivity benchmark required to receive the full payout, the Wall Street Journal reported. And so they're getting cut, they're getting let off. Off you go, away you go on, bye. You're not having your money. And they need money. They need money. That's the only thing that's important in their lives. They don't have respect. Nobody likes them. They don't have authority. Nobody will give it to them. They're not wanted anywhere. And so the only thing they have in their lives is money. Money-grubbing little nobodies, aren't they? Anyway, the move to ditch the Duchess of Sussex's show, which explores the labels that try to hold women back, a load of old crap, follows discussions months ago about renewing it for a second series. The determined Duchess, however, is planning to create more podcasts and find a new home for her series. And that has previously featured her friend and tennis star Serena Williams, pop star sensation Mariah Carey, and South African comedian Trevor Noah. And there's more pictures of the grasping, greedy, muddy, grubbing Duchess. The axing of the show comes after sources close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex claimed the pair would stop making all tell-all Netflix documentaries, publishing memoirs and sitting down for interviews that bash the royal family, as they have nothing left to say. Well, that's a shock. I didn't know they had anything to say. They've never had anything to say. All they've done is cry like spoilt babies, throw their toys out the pram and go, "It's not fair. I was born and I was never going to be king." Meh, meh, meh. Fuck off, Harry, you sad little loser. Spotify was said to have carried out conversations for a second series of Architects last year, following the end of the first season, but later talks stalled. Because work is hard, isn't it, Meghan? And you're not one who does a lot of hard work. The talent agency. Oh, she's got talent. Why didn't anyone tell me? The talent agency that recently signed Meghan, WME, told the Wall Street Journal the team behind Architects remain proud of the podcast they created at Spotify. Blah, blah, blah. Load of old rubbish. It comes as Spotify announced it would be laying off around 200 staff members, about 2% of their workforce. See, this is the main reason. Spotify, it costs money to do this stuff. They're not making as much, and so they only want winners on their platform. They can't afford to have people like this. Absolute losers who nobody likes and nobody really listens to, and no matter how much they stand there pontificating on this is wrong and this is wrong, and look at me and look at my sad, sad life of privilege, of private education, of wealth, blah blah blah. Nobody cares, Harry. Spare dick, mate. Spare dick. Since officially leaving the royal family and moving to California, the Duke and Duchess have pursued a number of different avenues to bring in the revenue. Money. It's all money. This includes Prince Harry's bombshell memoir, Spare, which he created at £20 million with Penguin Books, who are probably regretting it because I bet they haven't made their money back. The couple also teamed up with Netflix to produce the docu-series called Harry and Meghan, with the streaming giant reportedly paying the pair $100 million for the 6-episode series. Wow. Nice work if you can get it. I wonder if they lost a lot of money on that deal. I suspect they probably did. This is a couple that I'm going to make a prediction will be parted within 18 months. By the end of 2024, she'll be off. She'll be finding someone else's life to ruin. He'll be home. He'll be coming home to the UK, tail between his legs, begging Daddy for somewhere to live and maybe a bit of money. Can I have some pocket money, Dad? What a set of losers they truly are. And nobody wants her now. She's past it. I mean, God bless her and all who sailed in her. Never mind, I shall round up and come up and leave these two losers to stew in their own broth. It's easy to see why they fail at everything. They are both very, very stupid, but they're so entitled. And no, that isn't a pun. I know that they are actually entitled. I don't mean that. I mean, they just feel that everything should be theirs by divine right. It's not the world we live in. You've got to go and earn it, and you've got to use your talents. They haven't got much by way of talent. He can barely string a sentence together that's cohesive. She did a bit of acting, but was never the star. She was always, in the young days, oh, she's a bit of talent, nice legs, put her in there, she can walk in, do a couple of lines and then piss off again. They never gave her a leading role because she hasn't got the character, the charisma of a leading lady. She sits there and all she's done is moan about how bad it is, how sad it is. Oh, look at me, woe is me, woe is me. And you haven't got a clue what woe is, darling. So, take your little opinions and fold them up and insert them right up your back hole, because that's the best place for them. Nobody wants to hear them. That is why Spotify are getting rid of you. That's why nobody wants you to be their friend and play with you anymore. They're all leaving you away in America now. You're not invited to these things anymore because you're toxic. You're toxic and people know it. It's survival of the fittest out there, and people do not want to associate themselves with the losers. And ultimately, Meghan and Harry are the ultimate losers. Sad, if it wasn't so funny. Anyway, I shall round off there. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, just ignore those two entitled tossers and get on with your life. It's hard enough as it is. Goodbye.